Hello everyone and welcome to Sandra's Crafting Corner. If you would, please subscribe to my channel and ring that bell. Also like, comment, and share. Today's video is part of the Look for Less Challenge of September 2020, hosted by the Latina Next Door, Yami, and her co-host for this month from the Desert DIY, Corey. I'll have both of their channels linked below in the description box, as well as the playlist for this challenge. Now on to DIY number 1. Kirklands.com had this cute little Scarecrow pillow, but it was $40. Let's see if I can do it for less. Here are the items you'll need: brown flannel fabric, burlap fabric, heat transferred vinyl in white, and printable iron-on fabric transfers. The pillow form I had was for a 17-inch pillow. Here are the dimensions you'll need for that pillow. I only need this much for the front half, but I doubled it so you wouldn't see the pillow form. And this is for the very top of the front and for the back. Using my Cricut, I designed the 3 shapes I needed and then printed them out on this dark fabric transfer sheet. I also let the Cricut cut out the 3 shapes. I then followed application directions on the heat transfers to put on the eyes and nose. Using my black paint pen with the medium nib, I then drew on the mouth. Next, using my white paint pen with the fine nib, I went ahead and painted on the highlights of the eyes. Leaving a 1/2 inch seam allowance, I went ahead and cut the 2 pieces of burlap fabric at the same time in order to leave room for the brown fabric. I went ahead and measured the fabric with the right side of both fabrics facing outwards. That way, whenever I turned it right side too, that the brown fabric would meet up correctly. Since I am an amateur sewer, this was the only way I knew to get the right square. I hope this is making sense. I may be an amateur sewer, but I am a real novice at teaching people how to sew. Now you will just cut the brown fabric, giving yourself a 1/2 inch seam allowance as well, and cut on the same diagonal. Now to sew them together, you're going to make them look like they're not lined up, but I promise you this is the correct way of sewing them together. Now you're going to sew these right sides together at the pink clips only. Now you will match up the bottom seams and sew all the way around, leaving a hole at the bottom for your pillow form and to turn right side out. Before turning it right side out, you're going to want to clip your corners to make sure that the corners are sharp when you do so. Do not put your pillow form in at this point. I did that and it made it a little difficult to put the iron-on transfer on. Using my Cricut and the heat transfer vinyl, I made this Happy Harvest decal. I'll list the font in the description box below. Iron that on and it's done. Here's a reminder of Kirkland's price at $39.99, and here's my price at only $4.39. Hopefully that savings is big enough to make my instructions look a lot less painful. On to DIY number 2. Kirkland's had this adorable pillow. It was only $30, but I'm still too cheap to pay that. Let's see what I can do about that. Here are the items you'll need. Heat & Bond no-sew adhesive, white flannel fabric, some plaid fabric, some rope trim or some nautical rope from Dollar Tree, and some printable iron-on fabric transfers. My pillow form was 19 inches, so here are the dimensions you'll need for that size pillow. Side 1 of the back side, the front, and side 2 of the back. This time I'll be making an envelope type pillowcase. Putting the right sides together, you will put the front and the 2 pieces of the back overlapping each other on the back. You're going to want to pin and sew the little folds down, just like you see sewn here. Now sew this one all the way around, reinforcing where those 2 meet. Now you're going to clip all your corners and then turn it completely right side out. Flatten it completely and then iron it. Out of your white flannel, you're going to want to cut a 15.5-inch square. I then go around and fray each edge 3/8 of an inch in. I just kept pulling threads out until I got that all the way around. The next 5 hours were a blur. I basically blew up the picture of the pillow and then cropped out the truck, straightened everything out, and then traced it off of my computer screen, and then took that down off the computer screen, and then went over the lines with a fine tip felt tip marker, then scanned it back into my computer and took it into Photoshop. Phew! And then went onto the Cricut and did all the wording. The only thing I changed was our name and our established date. I then mirrored all of it and then printed it on the fabric transfer sheets. What you're seeing me do here is line up everything just as it is on the pillow. After all this trouble, there's no way I'm going to have this look anything different than the pillow. And now I'm going to iron it into place. Now on the back is where I'm going to put all the heat and bond, so I can then heat and bond it to my pillow. After peeling off the paper backing, it's time to then place it right in the middle of my pillowcase, then iron it into place. While everything was still hot, that's when I had to remove the paper backing. Now guys, I am extremely excited about this. This is the first time I've been asked to do a review and get something for free. I was recently contacted by Monvict to view this hot glue gun. It is a dual power heavy-duty glue gun. It only takes 1 to 3 minutes to heat up, and the longer you keep it on the cord, the longer you can use it detached from the cord. I was basically sold at that point, but the fact that it stands up by itself without tipping over is great. It even comes with 3 finger protectors and some glue sticks to get you started. If you want more information, I will have that linked in my description box below as well. I will give you my honest opinion after I am finished with the pillow. I may be cheap and like free things, but my opinions are my own. However, spoiler alert, I love this glue gun. I will be using it today off camera to put the rope onto the pillow. The only reason why I'm doing it off camera is because my work area is a very limited space. And here's the trim after it dried. I think it did a very good job. Now here's a reminder of Kirklands.com's price of $29.99. And here's my price of only $6.82. I did forget to put the heat and bond on there, but since I had owned it for many years, I am counting it as free anyways. And here they are. I hope my instructions were a little bit helpful. This is the first time I've ever tried to teach someone how to sew something, so I hope I did okay. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below and I will do my best. Don't forget to check that description box to find out where you can find Yami and Corey's channels, as well as the playlist for this challenge. You can also check the description box if you want to get a hot glue gun just like this for yourself. If you're new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing to my channel. If you ring that bell, you'll be notified of my future videos. If you're not new here, thank you for coming back. If you like what you saw, please hit that big thumbs up down below and maybe share it with your friends and family. As always, I'd love to hear from you. Please comment down below and let me know how I did. Most importantly, I want to thank you all for getting me to almost 600 subscribers. I just can't believe it. Thank you so very much and take care.